I don't want. Okay, I don't want us to have. I told you very very coolly.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us details of promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on BTV Major News at 6. My name is Zainab Mohammed and now the news in details. The Edo State House of Assembly Service Commission has issued a formal public notice declaring that the employment letters recently issued to 324 individuals were unauthorized, illegal, and unlawful. According to the Commission, the employment letters did not follow due process and therefore stand null and void. In the notice, the Commission offered an unreserved apology to all affected recipients and expressed deep regret for any inconvenience this situation may have caused. The statement was jointly signed by Honorable Sir Ezehi M.D. Ibas, Chairman Edo State House of Assembly Commission, and Mrs. Isoke Nehi Olotu, Secretary Edo State House of Assembly Commission. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Opebolo has affirmed the readiness of the state to host the next edition of the Niger Delta Sport Festival, slated for February 2026. He made the commitment on Tuesday when the management of the Niger Delta Development Commission paid him a courtesy visit at Government House, Benin City. BTV News' best orator has details.
Governor Monday Opebolo, who welcomed the NDDC's proposal, pledged that Edo State will deliver a successful and memorable sports festival in 2026. The governor also appealed to the NDDC for a partnership to rehabilitate the Agba Uromi Road, which he described as not motorable, stressing the importance of economic and social movement.
You have chosen the right state. We are not just heartbeat of the nation. We have the strength. We have the athletes. We have what it takes to win every sport. I'm sure the one you hosted last year, we brought you our third 11, but we are going to release our first 11 now. I want to sincerely thank you for choosing Edo once more. And I also want to thank you for what you have started doing. We have never really gained from NDDC the way we are gaining from NDDC under your leadership. I am very glad to say that you have done well in these few months I take over the helm of affairs in Edo State. If this is how we have been getting it from NDDC before, I don't think we will be regretting that we are not part of NDDC. Meanwhile, we are part of NDDC.
In his remarks, the NDDC Managing Director, Chief Dr. Samuel Ogboku, congratulated Governor Opebolo on his 1 year in office and commended his administration's strides, particularly in the area of sports and infrastructural development. He explained that the visit was to formally seek Edo State's hosting of the forthcoming Niger Delta Games with the team, beyond oil, harnessing talent. According to him, the festival, whose maiden edition was held earlier this year with over 3,000 athletes from the 9 Niger Delta states was designed to strengthen regional integration using sports as a unifying tool. He emphasized the importance of fostering collaboration between the NDDC and Edo State government, noting that past tensions had hindered progress. He highlighted ongoing and completed NDDC projects in Edo State, including interventions in erosion control, ecological challenges, and internal roles in Abus Ali University, Ekpoma, and Edo State Polytechnic, Usain.
Today is an auspicious moment in the relationship between Edo State government and the Niger Delta Development Commission. Today we are here to pay a courtesy visit of the government and people of Edo State, represented by the governor and other members of his executives that are here. Your Excellency, may I use this moment to, on behalf of the Niger Delta Development Commission, congratulate you on your 1 year in office. Your Excellency, sir, we in NDDC were your representatives. As board and management of the Niger Delta Development Commission, we are managing our common patrimony, which Edo State is also an integral part of it. We realize that NDDC is not a government, NDDC is just an interventionist agency, and we must always work with the state governors if we want to succeed.
In his closing remarks, the chairman of Edo State Sports Commission, Honorable Desmond Inabulele, thanked the governor for his strong support and commitment to sports development. He promised that Edo will not only host the games, but will host and win.
First and foremost, Your Excellency, we want to express a profound heartfelt for the reception that you have given unto us today. Your Excellency, we are grateful. Your Excellency, we want to thank you for all that you are doing in Edo State Sports Commission in terms of infrastructure, sports facilities, sports equipments. Your Excellency, we are grateful. To our sponsor, the NDDC and the team, we want to thank you for all that you have done. We want to thank you for your commitment, your vision, and your support towards sports development and youth empowerment. We say thank you.
With Edo's advanced sporting infrastructure and renewed regional collaboration, the February festival is expected to draw athletes from Delta, Rivers, Bayelsa, and other Niger Delta states, positioning Edo as a central hub for sports excellence in the region. Also present at the meeting were the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, Secretary to Edo State Government Umar Musa Ihilo Esquire, Chief of Staff Alhaji Gani Audu, Chairman House Committee on Sports Honorable Okoigbe Donald, and the Chairman of Edo State Sports Commission Amadi Desmond Inabulele, among others. Best Orator reporting for Beetv News.
The Edo State government, under the leadership of His Excellency Senator Mondo Pebolo, has officially commissioned the newly renovated Ojo Uwelu Police Station in Uwelu community under the Obowo Police Division. The rehabilitation project was executed by the Edo State Community and Social Development Agency, led by its General Manager, Ms. Ivie Idahosa. Beetv News, Temitope Oluwafemi reports.
The commissioning and handover ceremony drew an impressive array of dignitaries, including the General Manager, Edo Community and Social Development Agency, Ms. Ivie Idahosa, community elders, community members, the Commissioner of Police, Monday Agbonika, represented by Assistant Commissioner of Police, Umaru G. Gaba, Ekialolo Area Command, accompanied by other police officers, the Chairman of the Community Committee, and SSA to the Governor, Mr. Musa Rashidi Demudia, the Chairman of Ego Local Government Area, Honorable Saro Eribo, represented by Honorable Mrs. Yinka Uyosa, the Director of Social Works, Mrs. Doris Iyobosa Oronsaye, amongst others. In his opening address, Mr. Musa Rashidi Demudia, Chairman of the Community Committee, expressed profound appreciation to Governor Senator Monday Okpagolo and the Edo State Community and Social Development Agency for the successful renovation. He emphasized that the newly refurbished police station will play a crucial role in enhancing safety and security within the community. He also thanked the community elders for their steadfast support.
I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the government authorities present here, the General Manager and all staff of Community and Social Development, CSD, the Ubowo Police, DPO, and all the officers, the Area Commander, the Cardinal, I said you are welcome. And every individual who contributed to making this vision a reality. Your hard work and collaboration have transformed a plan on paper into a place that will serve generations to come.
Speaking during the ceremony, Ms. Beetv Idahosa, General Manager of the Edo Community and Social Development Agency, congratulated the people of Ojo Uwelu community, describing the project as a clear reaffirmation of the Edo State government's commitment to safety of its citizens. She noted that providing a conducive work environment for police officers remain a priority of the Okpegolo administration. Ms. Idahosa urged the community members to protect and preserve the facility as their own property.
We should start by congratulating the good people of Ojo Uwelu community on the successful completion of the renovation of this police station. This project is a confirmation that we have a governor who is very passionate about the security and safety of Edo citizens, and it reflects that commitment. Strengthening security infrastructure in our communities remains a top priority for His Excellency Senator Monday Okpewolo, and the renovation and function of this police station is another step towards not only making residents of this community feel protected and supported, but also ensuring that our gallant officers work in a comfortable and conducive space.
Giving a historical perspective, Pastor Sam Osagai provided a brief narration of how the Ojo Uwelu police station came into existence, adding depth and context to the day's celebration.
Beetv was opened that time, declared open that time by CP Bamibani, with police force of 18 sound and strong police officers who were ready to start the station well and finish well. We were all very happy when they came.
In her goodwill message, Honorable Mrs. Yinka Uyosa, representing the chairman of Ego local government area, Honorable Saro Eribo, expressed gratitude to the state government, the Edo Community and Social Development Agency, and the community for their collective efforts in ensuring the success of the project.
On behalf of the chairman, he sent his goodwill message to CSDP, the community of Ojo Uwelu, and our honorable and indefatigable governor of Edo State. We want to appreciate this laudable achievement. The chairman of Ego local government is very happy about this achievement, and he sent his goodwill message. He wants to appreciate everyone that have contributed, in particular the honorable governor of Edo State.
A major highlight of the event was the formal handover of the keys to the newly renovated facility. The Edo Community and Social Development Agency first presented the keys to the community elders, who in turn handed them over to Assistant Commissioner of Police Umaru Gaba, representing the Commissioner of Police Monday Agbonika. ACP Umaru Gaba commended the community for partnering with the police, assuring them that such cooperation would greatly enhance crime prevention and foster a safer environment.
Thank you very much.
We hand over this key to you for the effective policing of the community. In the name of the Father, Amen. Of the Son, Amen. Of the Holy Spirit.
Amen. Already we are having what is called living point just here. It's not far away. So that will tell you how the Commissioner of Police recognize you, your community, and how he is wanting to serve you and to serve us.
In an interview with newsmen, Ms. Idahosa expressed delight in serving under Governor Okpegolo, noting that he is a leader who matches words with action. She highlighted the governor's unwavering commitment to community safety, revealed that under his administration, she added that the Edo State Community and Social Development Agency has executed over 59 community development projects. Residents of Ojo Uwelu community also expressed their gratitude to the state government, noting that the intervention has brought relief and renewed hope. They appealed for more developmental projects to further uplift the community.
The first step in showing how much the governor cares about our citizens, and he's taking security very seriously. He's putting steps in place to checkmate all the insecurity issues in the state.
The highlight of the program was the official commissioning and guided tour of the renovated police station. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for BTV News.
The Edo State government has intensified efforts to strengthen environmental governance as the Commissioner for Environment and Sustainability, Barrister Nosa Adams, held his first major consultative meeting with environmental consultants in Benin City, with a clear mandate for them to keep their environment clean. Beetv News Best Orator reports.
Ours is to regulate activities of industries.
Addressing participants, the Commissioner for Environment and Sustainability, Barrister Nosa Adams, described the engagement as a strategic step in repositioning the ministry for effective service delivery. He noted that Edo State is currently confronted with a significant environmental challenge, stressing that all stakeholders must work collaboratively to achieve the vision of the state government. According to him, the mandate of the ministry remains clear, regulating industrial activities to ensure strict adherence to environmental rules, regulations and laws at both state and local government levels. He emphasized that environmental consultants are critical partners in accelerating compliance, accreditation, and certification processes across industries.
We are meeting with all the critical stakeholders. This ministry is a very critical ministry, and you have a lot of role to play. The shine agenda of His Excellency is to the extent that the people of those states must feel the impact of governance positively, because we know the importance of your positions as our consultant in this ministry. We schedule this meeting to sit down with you and work out modalities on how to strengthen and consolidate the relationship between you as our consultant and the ministry as a body.
Honorable Barrister Adams also sensitized the consultants on the newly enacted Edo State Sanitation, Pollution and Waste Management Law, which provides more stringent controls on industrial emissions, waste handling, ozone layer depleted substances, and greenhouse gases. He urged them to thoroughly study the law, noting that its successful implementation would depend largely on their professional conduct and cooperation. The Commissioner further reminded participants that their duties extend beyond interfacing with industries, saying they must work closely with state, federal, and local government authorities to safeguard public health, improve environmental quality, and promote long-term sustainability. He disclosed that the ministry will dedicate the remaining weeks of 2025 to consolidating its strategic plans ahead of full enforcement of all environmental laws from January 2026. He warned that industries that fail to comply should expect strict regulatory action.
Ours is to regulate activities of industries so as to make sure it's in conformity with the rules, regulations, and laws of Edo State and that of Nigeria as a nation. And on your side, you are critical stakeholders to help us fast track and facilitate the compliance with the laws. That is what you do for us, to help us make sure industries, whether big or small, help us comply with the rules, regulations, and the laws. The extant provisions of the law are there, but you as our consultant will help us facilitate compliance and fast track the process of certifying or certificating the various industries. And these soil emissions and degradations and environmental pollutions comes from industries, and we must sit up as stakeholders to make sure that everything is regulated as to have a cleaner and a better environment for our own sustainability.
Responding on behalf of the consultant, veteran environmental scientist and chief executive officer of Atmosphere Environmental Technology Limited, Professor Ukbebo Emmanuel, commended the commissioner for initiating the engagement. He expressed deep concern over the deteriorating quality in Edo State and across Nigeria, calling for urgent and coordinated action to avert further public health risks. Professor Ukbebo linked Nigerians' declining life expectancy, currently averaging about 54 years, to poor environmental conditions, including toxic air, contaminated food, and prolonged noise exposure. He noted that many Nigerians underestimate the dangers of pollution due to poor environmental awareness. He appealed to the ministry to intensify public sensitization and ensure routine environmental audits, timely environmental impact assess, and strict enforcement of existing laws.
I recorded almost everything you did. You said just now. Have conscience, be conscious of the fact that we are a product of the environment. And the environment is sick in Nigeria, in Edo State. So and anytime I have this opportunity, we don't know really, some of us consultants here, we just think it's I get money. No, it's beyond money. I have a magazine. Having worked in this state for 34 years studying Benicity, atmosphere, and atmospheric chemist. That a healthy man is a wealthy man. That is my magazine. And you are as healthy as the food you eat and the environment. Yes, those two factors. And the most important thing you need every day to live a healthy life is the air. If I shut down the air, if I was God, in the next 5 minutes, we are all gone. So what am I saying? We must do all to ensure that we improve on the quality of our environment. Very, 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 very important.
The meeting ended with a renewed commitment by the ministry and environmental consultants to deepen collaborations, enhance compliance mechanisms, and advance environmental sustainability across Edo State. Best Orator reporting for BTV News.
The Edo State government is taking a decisive action to tackle severe ecological challenges, particularly gully erosion and illegal sand mining, unveiling the Mondo Pebolo Green Revolution and the launch of the Edo State Ecological and Climate Trust Fund. Efosa Aibambe reports that the executive chairman, Dr. Blessing Abumere, explained the duties of the commission and their readiness to ensure a sustainable environment for the people of states under the Opebolo administration. The report is presented by Best Orator.
The government means well for Edo State and it wants to do everything to transform the fortunes of all Edo people.
The Executive Chairman, Edo State Ecological Fund and Management Commission, Dr. Blessing Abumere, while speaking on ecological challenges in the state, said the core duty of the commission is to ensure the well-being of the people and the environment and to foster a harmonious relationship between all living organisms, including humans, animals, and bacteria, and their surroundings. He said the state government is committed to transforming the fortunes of Edo people and improving the environment they inhabit with a determination to address ecological challenges across the state.
We are officially launching and unveiling Monday Pebolo Green Revolution for Edo State. We are unveiling Monday Pebolo Green Revolution in Edo State, and also launching the Edo State Ecological Climate Trust Fund. The commission has a mandate, and the mandate we all know is ecological. Ecological in the sense that for us to know ecological, we have to know what is ecology. And for our quick understanding, ecology is the system that promotes the relationship between living organisms and their environment. So our commission has a duty to ensure the well-being of the people and well-being of the environment.
He further stated that assessment tour conducted by the commission revealed the shocking scale of the gully erosion problem, noting that Edo State is devastated by the phenomenon. He explained that the team visited numerous sites and counting reveals that there are between 60 to 70 major gullies across the state, and according to him, the cost of solving the pervasive ecological issues is astronomical. He stated that the total state budget for 3 or 4 years could not resolve the issues, estimating a need for approximately 160 billion naira for the first phase of reclamation work. Dr. Agbomere said the newly launched Ecological and Climate Trust Fund is expected to be the primary vehicle for raising the 160 billion naira to address the problems.
God did not make a mistake when he created the earth, and after creating the earth, creating human beings and living organisms to dwell on the earth. So Edo State has deemed it fit, under the administration of Senator Mondo Pebolo, to create a special commission to handle the effective and harmonious cordial relationship between the living organisms and the environment. What it means is that the commission is not only responsible to taking care of the human beings, we're also responsible for taking care of the animals, the bacteria, and every other living organism in Edo State. So that is why we have to ensure the well-being of the environment and the well-being of the people living in that environment.
The executive chairman, Edo State Ecological Fund and Management Commission, Dr. Blessing Agbamere, explained that beyond natural erosion, the commission is concerned about illegal mining, which he said is one of the biggest current challenges, warning that the mining activity is creating new gullies that will pose future problems.
Cleanliness is close to godliness, so which means if you have a clean environment, the tendencies of you living very long is guaranteed. The least is ready to plant many trees, but he has a mandate that at least we cannot go less than 100 within the 4 years of his administration. That is a mandate that will be given to other commissions, including this same commission. Well, the essence of this briefing is to tell you a little about what we are doing and what we are going to launch officially on Thursday. I will still be inviting you on that Thursday to look at the programs, projects, as we'll be rolling them out after the launch.
Dr. Agbamere said while the commission is developing plans to address gullies created by nature, it must also contend with individuals who are tilling the ground, digging the ground again, and leaving them uncovered through illicit mining operations. The commission, according to him, is already advancing means to resolve the issue. Best Orator reporting for BTV News.
The increasing rate at which criminals operate in areas has become a concern for residents. People now live in fear due to frequent cases of theft, burglary, street robbery, and other unlawful activities. BTV News' Precious Abolaho reports that these criminals take advantage of abandoned buildings as a means of carrying out their operations, often targeting individuals living in those areas. The report.
Completed buildings as structures that were started but not finished either due to lack of funds, change of plans, or other challenges. They often has no windows, doors, roofing, or internal fittings and are left exposed for a long time. These sites can become dangerous to residents living in those areas, for it serves as hidden spots for criminals or place where illegal activities takes place. Uncompleted buildings also contribute to poor city planning, insecurity, and can affect the beauty and safety of an area. A visit to areas around Idakane and Ugbawa shows those areas that has been abandoned for a long period of time, with covered up wings making it a perfect hideout for criminal activities, especially at night.
That causes menace in the society, whereby people now in society, they don't have house. After smoking their drugs like colos, that place will not be like their hideout. And moreover, we need government to work on many rules. Like in my area now, in this dry season, that is why we normally enjoy our area there. You know, there's a abandoned house, many projects that was abandoned there because of the erosion flood that is coming to that area. At Otote, at Osakpawan, at so many places there, where landlord is not becoming a tenant. The funny part, Aboki will now go to the house, they use the money to roof, they'll now be pulling the roof and be selling it. After doing that, pulling the knitters and be selling it. So it's not thing that is very good. So government need to look at all those areas, the good, so that they can give a good road. If there's a good road, I believe the owners, they can come back to their various houses.
Causing an hideout for the criminals we have, and secondly, flood is a second assignment on all those places.
And this is really a a downfall to them, and to their completing their buildings. So what I will advise the people that are trying to build a building in a land, mostly in the villages, and because in the village we have sheep land over there. People that are trying to build buildings there, because due to these uncompleted buildings, it can lead to people, mostly the kidnappers, or also the terrorists, or any form of bad influence to the government. They are there to just see a safe place to just camp or to stay, to do their operations.
Some residents who spoke confirmed that uncompleted buildings have indeed become perfect hideout for criminal activities. They noted that in certain areas, these structures even serve as collection points for floodwater during heavy rainfall, worsening the environmental condition. According to them, Many of the building projects were abandoned due to poor road condition and erosion, which either damaged the structure. The building was left unfinished, creating further challenges for the surrounding communities.
We are now pleasing Governor Monday Okpebholo. I know he's an action governor. He's really working in Edo State to still look at all those areas for the areas of erosion. So that they say they bring money for erosion area, not in this Edo State, but many places like Delta, they give them money for flood. If all those people can have a support like that, I think they will still go back to their various homes. It's not, they cannot go back to that place that erosion is disturbing them. They can use it for drillage, give the owners some money and buy it from them, use it as a drillage so that the erosion will not be there, or they will tell the owner to clear it.
I will advise for the government to first of all go there to meet with the family persons, because there might be some family which does not even remember they have properties. So the government should give them some letters first. If they refuse to obey to the letters or anything on that letter, because it will be very good if the government take an action on those places. And also other persons who are getting land should also use their wisdom first in checking around the environment where they are getting their land.
So if the government can also advise these people, or even though it's to put a law or something that they should clear their their land, make it visible.
They advised the government to address the situation, especially in areas where poor road condition are the reason for abandoned projects. They also suggest that laws should be put in place, mandating property owners to maintain their uncompleted buildings, particularly by clearing overgrown wings. This, they say, would help prevent such places from becoming hideout for criminals. Precious Agbolahor reporting for BTV News.
Vice President Kashim Shettima reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to protecting press freedom, describing Nigerian journalists as the nation's strongest defense against authoritarianism. The reports.
The 2025 Conference and Annual General Meeting of the International Press Institute (IPI) Nigeria in Abuja brought together editors, reporters, policymakers, media executives, and global press freedom advocates. The theme of the year's gathering was addressing media repression and safeguarding democratic accountability in Nigeria. At the event, Vice President Kashim Shettima highlighted the crucial role of journalists in stabilizing the nation during periods of political tension and
we want to build this country. For me, I would rather be a small fish in a big pond than a big fish in a small pond. This country is greater than all of us. We need to work collectively, coalesce into a single force to save our country. Yes, we are going through some grim and somber moments in the contemporary annals of Nigerian history. But where there is a will, there is a way. I am an eternal optimist, and I believe that no matter how long the night is, it must give way to the light of the dawn.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, reaffirmed the Tinubu administration's commitment to strengthening independent journalism and ensuring a safe working environment for media professionals.
Being committed to working with the IPI, the Nigerian Guild of Editors, Nigerian Union of Journalists, and all other organs within the media profession to review regulatory frameworks, ensuring that they protect both free speech and the public good in line with global best practices.
The president of the International Press Institute, IPI, used the platform to urge immediate reforms aimed at better protecting journalists and strengthening media institutions across Nigeria.
This is not the time for apathy and isolation. We must act as a unified community. When a journalist is arrested in Kano, colleagues in Akwa Ibom must care. When a newsroom is attacked in Niger, reporters in Lagos must speak out. When a reporter disappears editors in Abuja must raise the alarm. Solidarity is our greatest line of defense.
The IPI Global Leadership praised the Nigerian chapter for its strong dedication to independent journalism and emphasized the need for greater collaboration among stakeholders to tackle the increasing challenges confronting the profession. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for BTV News.
Governor Balsani has presented a 985.9 billion naira draft budget for 2026 to the Kaduna State House of Assembly, describing it as a financial plan designed to strengthen rural development and advance inclusive growth. The report.
The Speaker of Kaduna State House of Assembly arrived alongside lawmakers, members of the Executive Council, the Deputy Governor and invited guests for the 2026 budget presentation. Governor Ubasani's entrance marked the start of the session. He presented the 2026 draft budget, allocating 699.7 billion naira, 71% to capital expenditure and 286.2 billion naira, 29% to recurrent spending. The governor also reviewed the performance of the 2025 budget during the session.
Education priorities. Education, 25%. Infrastructure and rural transformation, 25%. Health, 15%. Agriculture and food security, 11%. Security, 6%. Social development, 5%. Environment and climate action, 4%. Governance and administration, 5%. Each allocation aligns with our human capital and infrastructure transformation.
Governor Ubasani reiterated his administration's commitment to strengthening security, highlighting improved collaboration with security agencies and progress achieved through the Kaduna Peace Model. He also underscored the state's adherence to fiscal discipline, noting that Kaduna has not taken any new loans since 2023 and has paid 114.9 billion naira in debt servicing so far.
We have contracted or secured no new loans since assuming office. Instead, we focus on prudent debt management, paying 114 billion in debt servicing. All these debts we are paying were the debt we inherited before we came to office, while maintaining essential public services. This approach reflects our commitment to fiscal responsibility and long-term.
Speaker Yusuf Liman described the 2026 draft budget as ambitious and detailed, adding that it aligns with Kaduna State long-term development objectives.
We wish to clearly state that this is the first time in our state history that a governor has granted all honorable members the opportunity directly. This singular gesture reflects your administration, genuine commitment to fostering an enabling environment for sustainable development across Kaduna State.
Governor Ubasani praised the Kaduna State House of Assembly for the speedy approval of the budget, saying the action reflects a shared commitment to building a secure, inclusive and competitive Kaduna. Evelyn Izibli reporting for BTV News.
President Tinubu officially launched the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day emblem at the State House in Abuja. The ceremony honored fallen soldiers, commended troops on the front line, and reaffirmed the government's commitment to military welfare and national security. The report. Moving on, all African returnees from the diaspora have been encouraged to embrace Nigeria and make the country their home. This was highlighted at the grand opening of the IPADA Initiative Celebration 2025 at La Campagne Tropicana. Visitors to the facility commended the founders of the La Campagne Tropicana at the IPADA Initiative for putting together events that have brought Africa together over the past 40 years. Guests were treated to rich African food, drinks, and a live performance by Juju Maestro King Sunny Ade.
Spiritual, and with that spiritual calling, I'm here representing many who came before me, so I stand on the shoulders of my ancestors.
Africa in Trinidad, Africa in Tobago, Africa into the various islands, building the same sort of resort to promote African culture, but more importantly, Nigerian culture.
We have lovers of Africa that are approximately over a billion, close to 1 billion people. We are bringing all these people together to come back to the continent and add value to the growth and development of the African continent.
The Isela Azaba community is calling on the Delta State government to urgently intervene in the lingering land disputes with neighboring Opanam. Community leaders say a private investor is already preparing to develop the contested land, despite the government's clear directive that no individual or group from either side should enter the area until the conflict is fully resolved. During a press briefing in Asaba, Isele Azaba leaders emphasized that they are not opposed to development or the benefits a private real estate company may bring. However, they stress that proper procedures must be strictly followed before any inquisition or activity can take place on the land.
Asked, we are directed, Isle Azaba community and Okmanan community, that we should not enter and venture to enter the disputed land. But surprisingly, we learned that an investor has entered the disputed land. Isle Azaba people is following a due process, and as a result, they should not take the due process as a weakness for Isle Azaba.
We were asked to wait for the boundary adjustment committee to come out with their result. While we wait, our people are being pushed. They are trying to remove us from the surface of the earth.
Now to business news. Indigenous contractors under the All Indigenous Contractors Association of Nigeria on Tuesday barricaded both entrances of the Federal Ministry of Finance as they protested the federal government's alleged refusal to pay over 500 billion naira owed for completed projects. The contractors accused the government and the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, of shifting positions and failing to release funds despite several assurances. The report. The association's national secretary, Babatunde Shehu Oyeni, said the group had held multiple follow-up meetings with no results, stating that although payment warrants had been cited, no cash had been released. He claimed officials were attempting to push payments to 2026, warning the contractors would not leave the ministry until they were paid. The protest left ministry staff stranded as demonstrators carried placards lamenting business collapse, lack of bank support, and rising contractor debts linked to debt pressures. The finance ministry has yet to issue an official response. Manufacturers lose millions to automation inefficiencies. A new Schneider Electric report has revealed that manufacturers worldwide are losing up to 7.5% of annual revenue due to inefficiency caused by closed hardware-driven automation systems. The study found that mid-sized manufacturers lose an average of $11.28 million yearly, large manufacturers about $45 million, while smaller firms lose $2.87 million, largely due to downtown, poor data flow, and interoperability challenges. Schneider Electric's Industrial Automation Executive Vice President, Barbara Fryer, said legacy systems limit innovation and flexibility, slowing digital transformation. Omdia analyst Anna Arens added that operational agility is now essential, noting that delaying automation upgrades cost businesses more than $1 million per quarter. The findings were based on surveys and C-suite interviews across multiple global sectors, including mining, energy, food, pharmaceuticals, and manufacturing. Nigeria emerges as French investment hub. French businesses are increasing their investments in Nigeria, focusing on key sectors such as finance, technology, agriculture, energy, and creative industries, according to the French Consul General in Lagos, Laurent Favia. Speaking during the 2025 French Week Business Forum, Favia said both countries are moving from dialogue to actionable partnerships, noting that Nigeria's major banks already operate in Paris, easing cross-border financing. He highlighted growing interest from French and Nigerian companies in agriculture and technology, adding that a ministerial delegation from France is expected in 2026 to strengthen bilateral ties. Lagos State Commissioner for Commerce, Folashade Ambrose, described Lagos as a major economic hub with a GDP of about $259 billion, offering vast opportunities for French investors. The France-Nigeria Business Council also confirmed ongoing collaborations in energy, infrastructure, finance, and urban sustainability. Zainab Mohammed reporting for BTV News. On Tuesday, Michael and Susan Dell announced a pledge of $6.25 billion aimed at encouraging American families to adopt the new investment accounts for children created under Donald Trump's 2025 tax and spending legislation. The report.
The pledge is structured around the rollout of Trump accounts, the investment account program recently enacted into law. Under that legislation, the U.S. Treasury will automatically deposit $1,000 into accounts of children born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028. The Dell's donation arriving on Giving Tuesday aims to supplement that by providing $250 for each qualified child under 10 years old who may not be eligible for the federal seed deposit. The donation is intended to cover roughly 25 million children. According to the Dells, the account will launch on July 4th, 2026, choosing to coincide with the 250th anniversary of U.S. independence. When the accounts are opened, funds contributed by the government, the Dells, families, or other donors must be invested in low-cost index funds and track the U.S. stock market. Withdrawals will only be permitted when the child turns 18. At that time, the savings can be used for education, purchasing a home, or starting a business. The Dells said they hope their pledge, among the largest private commitments ever made to support young Americans, will not only help jumpstart children's financial futures, but also encourage families, companies, and other philanthropies to contribute. Every child can see a future worth saving for. This program will build hope and opportunity and prosperity for generations to come, said Michael Dell. However, critics note that while the investment account initiative may help families build long-term savings, it does not directly address immediate economic hardship. The program's long-term horizon benefits come only when children reach adulthood. It means it will not immediately ease issues such as child poverty, food insecurity, or lack of early childcare support, especially given recent federal reductions to programs such as Medicaid and food assistance. Temisekwe Oluwafemi reporting for BTV News.
Activist Very Dark Man has opened up about a past private encounter he had with former Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, following news of Musa's nomination as Minister of Defense by President Bola Tinubu. In a video shared online, he recalled being summoned by military authorities in 2025 after he publicly criticized Musa's comments on the deadly Yelwata massacre in Benue State, which claimed many lives on June 14, 2025. Also, Diddy slapped Netflix docu-series as shameful hit pieces.
Very Dark Man explained that after visiting Yelwata and sharing graphic evidence of the attack, he was taken to a military base in Asokoro, where he unexpectedly met Musa face to face. According to him, the general dismissed everyone from the room and said, "I need your help," asking for detailed information and intelligence about the conflicts. He described Musa as humble and solution-driven, noting that the ex-CDS was willing to seek credible information from anyone, regardless of status. His revelation has sparked conversations online, with many reacting to the unusual nature of the meeting and the activist's bold retelling of the incident. In another development, popular comedian Sabinus has cleared the air on speculation surrounding his marital status, stating plainly that he is not married. In a brief online statement, he explained that although he once had a relationship, it ended amicably and he remains on good terms with his child's mother. He urged fans to disregard misleading reports claiming otherwise. Despite earlier reports on a private 2023 UK wedding with Sienna Chapman, followed by news on marital issues in 2025, Sabinus insisted that his personal life is peaceful and drama-free. His clarification has generated a wave of reactions online as fans debate the timeline and details of his relationship. Sian Diddy Combs has strongly criticized the new Netflix docuseries Sian Combs: The Reckoning, calling it a shameful hit piece fueled by unauthorized stolen footage and shared by executive producer 50 Cent's alleged personal vendetta. The 4-part series, which premiered on December 2nd, explores Diddy's rise, influence, and legal troubles leading up to his federal charges. Diddy's spokesperson claimed Netflix misused private videos, including conversations with his lawyers, and accused the platform of prioritizing sensationalism over truth. Netflix, however, insists the footage was obtained legally and says Combs' team did not respond to requests for comment. Executive producer 50 Cent emphasized the documentary's intimate intimate access, revealing moments recorded just days before Diddy's 2024 arrest. The series comes amid mounting legal and public pressure, including scenes where he expresses fear for his future before being indicted on charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution. The documentary has sparked intense debates over ethics, consent, and control of personal narratives. And that's it on the entertainment news. Evelyn is reporting for Beetv News.
Barcelona moved 4 points clear at the top of La Liga with a 3-1 win over Atletico Madrid at the reopened Camp Nou. Atletico struck first in the 19th minute when Raul Molina's long pass released Alex Bina, who beat the offside line and finished past Joan Gracia. Barcelona equalized 7 minutes later as Pedro split the defense with a through ball that Rafinha controlled around Jan Oblak before rolling into an empty net. Before halftime, Robert Lewandowski missed a penalty awarded after Pablo Barrios fouled Dani Olmo, leaving the match level at the break. Barcelona controlled much of the second half and took the lead in the 65th minute. A flowing move ended with Olmo cutting inside and scoring with his left foot, though he was forced off soon after with a suspected shoulder injury. Atletico pressed for an equalizer later on, but the space they left behind proved costly. In stoppage time, Alejandro Balde delivered a low cross from the left for Ferran Torres, who finished to secure the result. The victory strengthened Barcelona's title push ahead of Real Madrid's match against Athletic Club, while Atletico fell 6 points off the pace after missing the chance to close the gap. Thank you for staying with us on Beetv Major News at 6. My name remains Zainab Mohammed, and do have a lovely night.